He stood alone, one man against a king, against a nation that had forgotten its God. His name was Elijah, and his courage would shake a kingdom. Welcome to Bible Truth and Health, where we explore the most powerful moments in history. Imagine a nation in crisis. Ancient Israel had turned its back on truth. Their altars were broken, their hearts cold. King Ahab ruled with arrogance, and his queen Jezebel silenced the true prophets of the land. The entire nation bowed down to Baal, a lifeless god of storms who, ironically, could not bring rain. It was a time of spiritual darkness, a famine not just of water, but of faith. But then, from the rugged wilderness, a voice emerged, fearless and burning with divine conviction. This was Elijah. He didn't send a letter or a messenger. He walked straight into the opulent palace of King Ahab, looked the powerful ruler in the eye, and declared, "As the Lord the God of Israel lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years except at my word." And just like that, the heavens shut. The sky became brass, the earth iron. For 3.5 years, not a single drop of rain fell. The nation that had abandoned the source of life now faced a slow, agonizing death. 3.5 years later, the stage was set for the ultimate showdown. Elijah stood again, this time on the windswept peak of Mount Carmel. An entire nation gathered below, a sea of anxious faces, waiting to see who was the true God. On one side stood 850 prophets of Baal and Asherah, confident in their numbers and their king's support. On the other side stood one man, Elijah. The prophets of Baal went first. They shouted, they chanted, they danced in a frenzy from morning until noon, crying out, "O Baal, answer us." But there was no voice. No one answered. Elijah, watching the spectacle, couldn't help but mock them. "Shout louder," he taunted. "Perhaps he is deep in thought, or busy, or traveling. Maybe he is sleeping and must be awakened." Their desperation grew. They cut themselves with swords and spears, a grotesque ritual to gain their God's attention. But silence was their only reply. Their God was powerless. Then, it was Elijah's turn. With quiet dignity, he stepped forward. He didn't shout or dance. He simply rebuilt the broken altar of the Lord with 12 stones, representing the 12 tribes of Israel. He dug a trench around it and had the people drench the sacrifice and the wood with water not once, not twice, but 3 times, until the trench was overflowing. There would be no doubt this was a divine act. And then, he prayed. It wasn't a long or desperate prayer. It was a simple, powerful plea. "Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant and have done all these things at your command. Answer me, Lord, answer me, so these people will know that you, Lord, are God, and that you are turning their hearts back again." In an instant, fire fell from heaven. It consumed the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, the soil, and even the water in the trench. A wave of awe and terror swept through the crowd. They fell on their faces and cried out in unison, "The Lord, He is God! The Lord, He is God!" One man, standing alone, became the voice of truth in a faithless generation. The incredible courage of Elijah wasn't found in his own strength, but in his unwavering obedience to the one true God. Today, the world still challenges truth. It bows to new idols and follows new lies. The story of Elijah reminds us that one voice, filled with conviction, can make a difference. It asks us a timeless question. When everything around you seems to be falling apart, will you have the courage to stand? Thank you for joining us on Stories of Ages. If you were inspired by this story, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. Remember, truth never fades.